Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing the second update for my year-long project panning from A to Z. So if you haven't seen my intro video or my last update video, essentially what I've done is I've chosen 26 items from my collection that correspond with each letter of the alphabet that I am going to try to work through over the course of this year. I did this project last year as well and I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to continue it on into 2020. I've chosen some ambitious products, but I do have full faith that we'll be able to make it through. So I have everything laid out in front of me. I also have, of course, my notebook here that has all of my usages, all of my weights, all kinds of good stuff so that you can really see how things are progressing. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll start with the letter A. This is my Halika Aqua Petite Jelly BB Cream. So this is where we started. Let's see. Right there, and then you can see both of our update marks. I'm actually quite surprised that my usage marks don't show as much progress as I've actually made, and I do think that's because just the product clings really funky to the packaging. So I think you'll see it much more in the weight comparison, but I did use this product a total of 24 times in the month of February. I use that foundation every time I do my makeup. So again, it doesn't look like it in the marks on the bottle, but I think the proof is in the pudding when we look at the weight. So I still feel really good about this guy. My plan is to use it up by the end of the year, and I still feel like we can do that quite easily. The next product is my Fenty powder in the shade Butter. And I have to say, I was not able to put new marks on here. So I don't know. I think maybe I might have screwed up when I put down the markings last month, because if you look, I don't know if you can really see very well. As you may know, I don't have autofocus on my camera, but my line really didn't move at all. So like I said, I think I just didn't mark it well because I did use it a total of 24 times as well. Anytime I do my makeup, I set my foundation with that powder. As you know, I do have a light hand when it comes to my makeup application, so it doesn't surprise me that it didn't move a lot, but the fact that it didn't move at all tells me that I just made a mistake when I was marking. Because yeah, like I said, I did use it 24 times over the course of a month. It is also my goal to use that one up completely. This guy I'm not doing so hot with though. These are my Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Detox Hydrogel eye patches. I only used them once in February. It is my goal to use all of them by the end of the year. So gonna have to use them more than once to get that done. For the letter D, let me get my thing here. I didn't see a lot of change on my markings here as well, just as a heads up. So for the letter D is this guy here. This is my Pixie by Petra Endless Silky Eye Pen in the shade Deep Plum. So a couple of different things going on here with this guy. The fact that it's looking like it is here is a little bit helpful. So we broke, I don't really know how, not all the way, but we did break. So I gotta be a little bit careful using it. I did sharpen it once. It is gonna need to be sharpened again. This pencil doesn't seem to sharpen very well. It's very, very jagged, which I don't love because I really use it around my waterline. So let me show you on the paper because I didn't see much of a movement even though I did sharpen it. So this is what we're looking like right now. It's also my ambition to use this up by the end of the year. We will see. We will see. It's definitely, I've had this for a year and a half or so, maybe a little bit longer, and I can definitely tell a difference in the creaminess of the pencil itself. It's not nearly as creamy as it was when I first got it. So I think that's what's contributing to the slow progress. But I did use it a total of 9 times in the month of February, which I feel like is pretty good. I don't have the letter E with me because I didn't use it at all and I forgot to grab it, but it is my Olay spray, facial spray, in the scent Energizing. I think I've talked about this before. I really don't see myself using that in the beginning part of the year. It's just kind of a refresher spray, and I have another actual makeup setting spray in this project, which while I'm still working and I'm doing my makeup regularly and I need it to last throughout the day, I'm focusing on that one and then moving over to this one a little bit later on in the year. So no big deal there. For the letter F, I have one of my very favorite highlighters of all time. This is my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Fire. This was from the Kathleen Lights Zodiac collection. You can see my pan's gotten a little bit bigger. I had pan to start with. Usually when I use this guy, I just sort of swirl my finger all the way around. So it definitely moves within the pan since it is that cream texture. So I'm not really going off of what the pan looks like so much as I'm going by the weight and just sort of how the product feels overall. I absolutely adore this product, and my heart will be very sad when I do actually work my way through it. I'm going to want to replace it, and I'm trying to be smart because I've got a lot of highlighters that I need to work my way through before I can reward myself by picking this guy up. But I can tell you, if it is looking like it's going to be discontinued, I will definitely buy it back up because it's gorgeous and I love it. The next product for the letter G is also from ColourPop. This is my BFF Cream Gel Liner in the shade Get Paid. I really like this product. I used it 10 times. There was no change on my little paper, so I'm not going to remeasure it because it just makes me so nervous winding this guy all the way up because it is very thin. It's one of the retractable mechanical pencils. I'll roll it up in my hand here. Even that just scares me. So still quite a bit of product left, and because I only use it in my waterline, it's going to be slow moving, but I still feel like I can use this guy up by the end of the year because it's very easy to use, very beautiful, and I really enjoy it. The next product for the letter H is by Pharmacy. This is my Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturizer. I use this every single day, which is why it surprises me that I only have 21 uses. Alright, so who guessed that we would have a battery death at some point in this video? Alright, I was on the letter H, which is my Pharmacy Honey Drop Lightweight Moisturizer. I think I said that I had used it 21 times, which to me is weird because I used other things more. This is what we're looking like. Still got a ton of product in here, but again, this is something that I'm planning to use up by the end of the year. I don't have any concerns about my ability to do so. It's just, I don't need a whole lot. It's a very thin texture, so a little does go a very long way. Just slow and steady working our way through. So for the letter I, we have my NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Iced Mocha. I used this a total of 11 times over the course of the month, and we're getting to the point where I think we're gonna have to sharpen it pretty soon because we're getting pretty dull here. I'm going to try to use it as much as I can before having to sharpen it because I haven't used this before and I haven't had to sharpen anything like this before, and I just don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm a little scared that the same thing is gonna happen as what's going on with my Pixie eyeliner, in that it's gonna get a little bit jagged. So I'm gonna use it as much as I can before having to do that, but I am excited that I'm showing some visible progress. So for the letter J, we have my Japanese Cherry Blossom lotion from Bath & Body Works. So we are definitely making some progress. So we're about down to here. So these are my progression lines. This is where we started. This was last month. And then this right here is this month here. I usually use it very sparingly. I did use it a total of 12 times. That doesn't seem right, but whatever. I do use it very sparingly because it is heavily scented. I am realizing though that I am going to have to step up my usage in the month of March because I would like to get it used all the way up before the twins arrive. I try not to wear perfumes and heavily scented lotions and things like that because I have read, for right or for wrong, I have read that scented products can not be very good for little bitty developing lungs and can possibly contribute to asthma, the development of asthma. So I've always just been very, very careful about that kind of thing. So I would very much like to get this guy as used up as I can over the next month so that in April when the twins arrive, it's already done with. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right, so for the letter K, we have my Lancome lipstick in this shade Kiss, Smile, and Shine. I don't think I tracked this very well. So this is what we're looking like. Still got a ton of lipstick in here. Not going to pretend like I don't. I really do like this formula. For some reason though, I only have marked down that I used it 3 times in February, and I just don't feel like that is quite accurate, but we're going to go with what I marked. I don't have any true goals when it comes to the lipsticks that are in this project. I think I said would like to use them by like a third or something like that. I've never really been very good at panning lipsticks, so we're just going to see where it goes. But that is my usage there. For the letter L, we have my Milani blush in Luminoso. I will say every update, I love this blush so much. So we're starting to wear down on the dome here. This is a baked blush and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the blush that I use almost every single time I do my makeup. So I did use this a total of 22 times in the month of February, and it's a joy to use. It's a joy to use. For the letter M, I have my Smashbox Los Angeles lip gloss in the shade Michelada. I used this 8 times over the course of the month, and we can see my progression lines here. Hopefully you can see them. Making steady progress. I love this lip gloss. I have no problem using it. I'm hoping to have it finished by the end of the year. Again, kind of like with the lotion, I would like to make much more steady progress in the month of March because I don't know how much use I'll get from it in the months following, at least kind of in the middle of the year, since I'm going to have the babies and I just don't really know what life is going to look like. So I do want to make more of an effort of getting more progress showing on that guy there. So for the letter N, I have my Touch in Soul No Problem Primer. This is a pore filling primer. We can see my usage marks here. I did use this a total of 16 times over the course of February. I'm also kind of balancing using this with the Hourglass Mineral Veil kind of mini that's in my Always 20 and 2020 project pan. They are very similar in texture, so I just sort of alternate them a little bit. For the letter O, I have this guy here. This is my NARS, what is this, it just says the multiple. It's in the shade Orgasm. It is a cream blush. I only used it once. There isn't, you know, like a massive amount of product in here, but there's still a good amount of product in here, especially for someone who doesn't typically use a lot of cream products. I have a feeling this is going to get more use, ironically, once the twins are here and I'm not doing like a full face, but I want to add just a little bit of something to, you know, the face. So at the moment, I've only used it once in the month of February, but I have a feeling I'll be using it more throughout the rest of the year. For the letter P, I have my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. This is what we're looking like at the moment. My current goal is just to hit pan. I know I said this last month, I feel like I've got to be really, really close though. The dip in here is substantial. I did use this a total of 24 times in the month of February. I use it every time I put on eyeshadow. So we'll see. We'll just keep on keeping on. For the letter Q, we have my Sleek Makeup eyeshadow in the shade Queen Complex. Right now my goal is just to hit pan and then kind of see where it goes from there. I really do love this shade very much. I didn't wear it all that often. I only wore it 3 times in the month of February. I'm also panning eyeshadows in a different project, so this doesn't get quite as consistent use, but every time I wear it, I absolutely love it. So I'm going to keep on with this one here. The same is true for the letter R, which is my Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Shadow in the shade Reflect. I used this 5 times over the course of the month, which I honestly think is pretty good. Can't really see any sort of dent in there though. It is just my goal to hit pan on it, if I'm remembering correctly. But I'm really gentle with it. It doesn't take a whole lot. It's just a topper shade. So we shall see. We shall see. But I absolutely love using it. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade, a beautiful consistency, an excellent product. So even if I don't hit pan on it, I won't be too sad. It's really in this project to make sure that I'm using it far more consistently because, again, it is an expensive product. It is a luxury kind of fancy pants product that I don't want to just save for special occasions. All right, so I think the one that I am kind of happiest about is this guy right here. This is by Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Defense. This is my SPF, and I talked about this in my last update that I have not been the best about using my SPF. I also didn't mark it because I wasn't paying attention, so let me do that real quickly. But I used this, guys, 16 times over the course of February. Perfect? No. Better than normal? Absolutely. So we can see the little bit of movement from where we started, which was up here, to where we are right now. That tells me that I didn't mark it last month, maybe? I don't know. But I am proud of my usage here, and I really want to make sure that I'm turning this into a true habit, and that's why I have it in this project. So yeah, I feel like 16 times is better than kind of the previous months, and certainly before that as well. For the letter T, we have my Marc Jacobs bronzer in the shade Tantastic. I used this a total of 24 times. This is what we're looking like. I've said before, and I'll say again, and I'll say until the end of time, I've got a very light hand when it comes to doing my makeup. I can see a bit of a dent going on in there. It's only my goal to hit pan on this guy. There is a lot of product. There is 25 grams in this guy. I have no illusions that I'm going to be able to use it up this year, even though I did use one up last year, and I'm going to keep riding that wave for as long as I can. But I definitely want to hit pan and then just sort of go from there. If I continue using it as frequently as I'm using it now, I don't think that'll be a problem. That brings us to the letter U. That is my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and it brings us to our very first empty of this project. It is a bittersweet empty, I will say. I really grew to love this product, and I'm having to work really hard at not replacing it. I have some other sort of products that I want to try to use through first, but I can already tell you that I don't like, at least the one that I'm working on now, I don't like it nearly as much as I like this guy here. So it is bittersweet, but I am really proud to have one completed and out of this project. I did use that in the month of February a total of 18 times before it was finally done with. For the letter W, we're not going to talk very much about it because it is my White Citrus Bubble Bath from Bath and Body Works, I've already said that we're not going to be seeing any movement on it until after the twins are born. So nothing to see there. We do have my Milani Make It Last Extra Large Setting Spray. That's where the X comes in. Again, this is the one that I was talking about before that we're really focusing on. So we started at a totally full bottle. This was my update in January, and then this is my update as of today. I used it a total of 20 times over the course of February. I think we'll be fine. I want to use it up by the end of the year. I think if we continue making progress in this fashion, that it'll be just fine. Then for the letter, oh, I skipped a V because I'm a nerd. All right, so backing up slightly. For the letter V, we have my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Very Victoria. I absolutely love, love, love this lipstick. This is what we look like here. I didn't see any measurable progress on it, but I did use it a total of 8 times over the course of the month, which I think is pretty darn good. So just like with the other lipstick, I don't have any like defined goals. I think I wanted to use up 1/3 of it. But really just making sure we're getting some consistent use out of it and seeing that progress is very important to me. Okay, back to Y. That is my IT Cosmetics Je ne sais quoi Your Perfect Pink. I only used this 8 times over the course of the month. Don't see a lot of progress on there, which again is fine. As I said in earlier videos, this is more like a lip balm that is supposed to kind of change its color based on your pH and all that kind of jazz. It doesn't change a ton on me, which is fine. I really just see myself using it as a lip balm, especially once I'm not working. So I'm not really super concerned by progress with it at this point. And then finally for the letter Z, we have my Stila Stay All Day Lip Liner in the shade Zinfandel. I only used this 3 times over the course of the month, so not a lot of change there. And I figured out what the thing is. Right now, I can't get it to roll up any further than this here, but earlier I got it to roll up more. So there is something broken. Oh, there we go. So I really actually have this much. So last month when I was like, oh my gosh, my progress is so much more than I thought it was because of the defect in the packaging. So not as minuscule of an amount in this guy as I was thinking last month, because I was super disappointed in it last month, feeling like there was so little product or that I was blowing through it so quickly when I don't use a ton of lip liner. So that makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, so I only use this guy 3 times. It is my goal to use it up completely before the end of the year. Even with everything I just said, there isn't a ton of product in here, so I don't think that that's going to be a problem. But I've never used up a lip liner before, so we'll see. So yeah, that is my progress for the month of February on my year-long project pan. Overall, I'm still feeling very good about things. I know that there hasn't been quite as much progress on many of these items as I would have liked, but we still have 10 months left in the year. Granted, I have no idea what my year is going to look like, but we still have 10 months left in the year to really sort of buckle down and work hard on these products. So I'm still feeling really, really good about them. How are you feeling about your projects if you're working on any sort of project pan, whether it be a year long or something else? I would love to know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.